Hey everybody, welcome to Simple Hobby Homesteading. I am Jenna, and once again, yes, my hair is an absolute mess. I don't think I've even brushed it today. I hit the ground running this morning. I've been out in the garden all day long, which I'm loving, and I'm just going to give you a quick little garden update to tell you where we're at and answer any questions. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments, and we will answer those questions as soon as we can. So let's see here. First of all, we got this first little box bed done. And it's got all soil under there, and oh, red ant. And we did put some parsley in the corner. We do a lot of companion planting, so we do things that like to grow together. So we put some parsley, flat leaf parsley. We use a lot of that in cooking, with some rosemary right there. And then in the back, you'll see little spinach plants. We put our little spinach in there, and when I put the straw over top of it, I just kind of brush the straw away from the spinach, and so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the spinach can see the sun just fine. And I just, every once in a while, if I see a spinach that needs a little more sunshine, then I just do that. And then in the middle here, we have an echinacea. We have a coneflower, and that's really nice. And then so the spinach goes all the way along the back there. And the reason I put the spinach on the back closest to the fence is it doesn't grow very tall. Spinach is a low-growing lettuce. And so the chickens and the goats can't really stick their head through to eat it because that wire's too small and the spinach is too low. So we just did the flat leaf parsley on this side as well. And as you can see, I just kind of pull the straw back away from the base. Rosemary as well right here. We did another rosemary. I cook a lot with rosemary, and I infuse a lot of things with rosemary. Now, the first, right here against the first two rows we've got against the boards, I planted carrot seeds right here going the whole length of that board. And then I also planted carrot seeds about, I'd say about 8 inches over another row going all the way down. And let me show you what kind of carrot seeds I planted so you guys can see what we planted. Hold on one second. Let me grab, what all did we do? Okay, so we planted some Danvers carrots, and we planted this by seed, and we planted some rainbow. There we go, some rainbow mixed carrots. They're going to be all different colors, which I love. And then also we planted our tender sweets, and we plant these every year. We planted our tender sweet. All right, and so all those seeds filled up the length of this bed. Now you're going to ask, why in the world did you put so much straw on this bed? Well, we have a lot of straw and hay with goat poop and rabbit poop and some chicken poop. The chicken poop we let compost for a while, but the rabbit poop and the goat poop we can put straight on the garden. It's called a cold fertilizer. But I put a bunch of straw on this bed especially because we're getting a bunch of rain tonight. And I just planted those seeds yesterday, and I don't want them to get washed out. And so I planted those seeds. I don't want them to get washed out, so I put some straw over them. And when they start germinating, I'll check them every couple days. And when they start germinating, I'll push the straw aside so that they can get full sun and just come up really, really nice. So yeah, that's why we do that. And also, you don't ever want to leave your soil naked. What that means is just leaving the bare soil. Like right here, we have just bare dirt because we're getting ready to do another box bed along this fence right here. And it's just bare dirt. And I'm going to put some straw over that here in a minute, just because the sun and the wind and the rain and stuff will get the nutrients out of the soil very quickly. And so we don't want that soil to lose all of its nutrients. And so we don't garden naked. Well, that in general is a good rule. But we cover up our soil as soon as we can, and then we just pull back whatever we use for mulching, whether it be straw, hay, poo, wood chips, or whatever. We just pull it back away from the bases of plants so that it doesn't burn up against the plants. So we have more straw here. And then here we have a hyacinth that came up right there. Here we have bee balm. This is really, really great for the hummingbirds and for the bees. It's great for the pollinators. So a nice little grove or stand of bee balm is coming up right there. And then we went ahead and we planted our calendula. So this is our first batch of calendula. We will have about 8 times this much. But right now you can see this calendula has been planted. We harvest calendula every 3 days, and what we do is we just come by, and I'm not going to do it right now, we do it at about 3 o'clock every day. You want to do it when the sun is at the highest and they're nice and they've dried out all day and everything like that. There's no dew or anything on them. And then you just pop off these full heads, and when you pop off a flowering head of calendula, which is in the marigold family, that sends off messages to the plant to grow more flowers. So us harvesting that every 3 days actually makes a plant grow more flowers. So, oh, that stupid pig is totally getting all the water out of that pool. Oh, pig, pig, pig. You can see him. Can you see him over there? He's moving the fence, and he just totally squished that little pool that had all of the goat's water in it. So I'm gonna have to go refill that here in a moment. He just wanted to make probably a little mud bath for himself. Oh, I'm not thrilled with that. He's getting put up here in a second. Okay, so calendula. Let's talk about calendula. Why in the world do we grow calendula? Like I said, it's in the marigold family. Calendula is actually antifungal, antiviral, anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant, antibacterial, and it's antimicrobial. And it's actually the most potent antiviral herb that there is. And so, or flower, I should say. And so it's absolutely phenomenal for healing wounds and eczema. It's great for diaper rash. It's good. It's gentle enough for older folks and younger folks, which is really nice. We use it. I add some to a toothpaste. We use it as a cream, oil, gel. I do use that as a compress if I need to, a tincture. I have used it for tea. I've not used it in soups yet, but you certainly can. I definitely use it in salads. I always use it in the bath. I make like a little sachet of it, and I make kind of like a tea almost, and make a bath, which is really nice. A facial steam, I've done that before, and that's really nice too. So yeah, so we pick this calendula, like I said, every 3 days, and then we dry it, and we use it in soaps and my lotions and everything too. And we actually use a ton of calendula. And so I grow as much as I can, and then I order from a really great organic company. I order Mountain Rose Herbs. I order the rest dried calendula that I need a lot of times for my soaps. This fresh calendula that I grow here, I usually use in my bath, in facial steams, and in my toothpaste. And the reason why you put it in your toothpaste is because it's got that antimicrobial and antibacterial quality, which helps with gingivitis and plaque and cavities, helps prevent that stuff. So you can see we have the calendula here, but we mulched it heavily with, of course, the goat poo, hay, and straw, but we pulled it back away from the base of the plant. That's also so that the plant can get plenty of water. So we've got some more there, and like I said, we'll have 8 times as much of this as calendula. Now, the nice thing about where we are on the homestead is we have tons and tons and tons of animal poo, hay, and straw, which I absolutely love. This is, today we laid down about 400 pounds of animal poo, hay, goat and rabbit poo to be particular. And yeah, and then I turn around and guess what? There's more goats pooping. So it's a never-ending supply of phenomenal fertilizer. And the reason I like the straw and the hay mixed with the goat and rabbit poo is the hay prevents weeds and stuff from coming up, and then when it rains or when we water, that gets the nutrients from the poo into the soil and into the roots of those plants to help them grow absolutely great. And so, let's see, what else did we do recently? I uncovered my lilac bush. It was actually almost laying down. And so because it had a bunch of morning glory on it that was weighing it down. And so I got it back upright. And so I'm hoping this lilac bush will bloom this year. It's a new plant from last year. So that's a new little one. And so I'm hoping I'm hoping it blooms this year. We'll see. All right, so we did put, if you watch a video, I think it was my spring garden update 2019 or something like that, we talked about these snow peas, and I said that they were having trouble growing up this pallet because it was too wide between the pallet slats, and the pallet slats themselves were really wide. And so I went ahead and just put an old piece of fencing. I zip tied it different places. You can see I zip tied it, and then I just helped train them up just a little bit. And so We'll get this one up here. So I just help train them up a little bit. And then these little tendrils, let's see where we can see them. Yeah, these little tendrils right here, these are what catch, and they actually spin around and hold that plant up. You can see one's doing it, where is it? Right there. Look at that. They catch it and then they start spiraling around, and that's what, those tendrils are what holds that plant up. So if it's not, and the wind blows the plant against the trellis, and then those tendrils just kind of catch. And sometimes we need to help a little bit if this, like this fencing wasn't here from when they started. And so we just help a little bit to get them trained up. Train them up in the way they shall go, and they won't depart from it. Wow, there we go. Applies to kids and plants. So yeah, so we've got some really, really nice snow peas and sugar snap peas. And here in just a couple days, I am going to get the soil ready to have them trained up the backside too. We went ahead and put the fencing on this backside, so I'm going to get the soil ready and we'll go ahead and plant some more there. So we just kind of do what's called successive planting, where we'll plant a batch of seeds and then let them grow, and then a couple weeks later we'll plant another batch of seeds, so that we always have certain things going all the time. Lettuces we do that with, and snow peas and sugar snap peas until it gets too warm we do that with. Radishes we do that with. Pretty much, oh my gosh, pretty much everything. We do a lot of successive planting. So I don't know, we have a bay tree here that I don't think, I should have dug it up and brought it in over the winter. I don't think it made it. Yeah, as you can see, it's just breaking, and so I don't think that made it. I think that is dead. So we will have to get another bay tree for sure. There we had our comfrey. Our comfrey is coming up beautifully, and I need to get a ton more comfrey. Once again, this has got some great medicinal properties. We'll talk about that another day, so this video isn't crazy long. So I'm loving that my comfrey is coming up. Yay, comfrey, comfrey, comfrey. But if anybody's got any comfrey that they want to split up, let me know, and I would definitely like to do that. So we've got blueberries. The blueberries are doing really great. They're starting to get really nice leaves. You can see some of them are a little reddish. They got a little cold the other night. Went down to 32 degrees. Grr. So yeah, so that's about it for now, guys. Thanks for joining us today. And oh, look at our frog's belly. Our frog's belly is doing so good. Such a great, it's called sedum. Another name for it is sedum. It's a really, really great pollinator. So I love it. So good. All right, we will see you guys later. Here, let me say goodbye properly. All right, there, without my big hand in the way. We will see you guys later. I love you. Remember, do what you can with what you have wherever you are, because homesteading can happen anywhere with anyone in any capacity. So own it, have a great time with it, and do it in whatever capacity you can. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye. We'll do our own theme music. The garden. We love the garden.